The Briarwood Apartment murders. For almost a year, tenants at Briarwood Apartments complained about a strange smell coming from the basement. Management blamed old plumbing. Maintenance workers checked the pipes repeatedly. Nothing was found. Then, during a violent summer storm, the basement flooded. Maintenance worker Daniel Price went downstairs to inspect the damage when he noticed dark red water seeping from beneath the door of an abandoned storage room. The room had supposedly been locked for years. Daniel called police. Officers forced the door open. Inside, the concrete floor was covered with old bloodstains. There was no body, but along the back wall were women's purses, men's wallets, watches, shoes, jewelry, and several cell phones. Forensic testing confirmed the blood belonged to at least 4 people. 2 were quickly identified: 30-year-old Rebecca Mills, who had disappeared 18 months earlier, and 42-year-old Anthony Carter, missing for almost 3 years. Both had lived at Briarwood. Police brought cadaver dogs into the building. One immediately alerted near an old maintenance tunnel beneath the basement. Investigators entered the passage. Less than 20 feet inside, they discovered human remains. Then another set. Within 3 days, police recovered 6 bodies from different locations beneath the apartment complex. Every victim had once lived at Briarwood. The disappearances stretched across nearly 11 years. Detectives realized someone had been targeting people inside the building. Police interviewed hundreds of current and former residents, landlords, maintenance workers, contractors, and security guards. Then investigators examined old tenant complaints. A disturbing pattern emerged. Several victims had reported someone trying their apartment doors late at night. One woman claimed objects inside her apartment moved while she was at work. Another found muddy footprints across her kitchen floor despite there being no sign of forced entry. Management had dismissed the complaints. Police now believed someone had access to the apartments. Detectives examined Briarwood's master key records. Dozens of employees had possessed keys over the years. Then investigators discovered one master key had never been returned after a maintenance contractor named Stephen Vale quit 9 years earlier. Police tracked Vale to another state. He denied involvement. His DNA didn't match unidentified evidence recovered from the basement, and records proved he wasn't even in the state during 2 disappearances. Vale was eliminated, but detectives discovered something unsettling. Someone had continued using Vale's old employee identification number years after he left. Electronic records showed the number accessing maintenance areas after midnight. On 4 occasions, the access happened within hours of a resident disappearing. Someone had apparently stolen his identity. Police searched the basement again. Behind an old boiler, they discovered a backpack containing dozens of photographs. Every picture showed a Briarwood resident. Some were photographed in hallways, others through apartment windows. 6 photographs showed the known victims. Several showed people who were still alive. Police contacted everyone pictured. One woman noticed something investigators had missed. In the reflection of a window behind her, a man was visible standing behind the photographer. Detectives enlarged the image. His face couldn't be identified, but he appeared to be wearing a Briarwood maintenance uniform. Police compared the image with every employee photograph they could locate. No match. Then an anonymous envelope arrived at the police station. Inside was a single apartment key. The number 312 was scratched into it. Apartment 312 had been empty for almost 5 years. Police entered. Nothing seemed unusual, until a detective noticed blood beneath the kitchen sink. DNA testing revealed it belonged to a 24-year-old former Briarwood resident who had disappeared 3 weeks earlier. Search teams eventually recovered her body from woods 20 miles away. She became the 7th murder connected to Briarwood. No arrest was ever made. The apartment complex was eventually condemned. Before demolition, investigators performed one final search. Inside a basement wall, they discovered 7 names scratched into the concrete. Each belonged to a known victim. Beneath them were 3 additional names. Police identified all 3 as former Briarwood residents. 2 were alive. Detectives immediately contacted the 3rd man's family. They hadn't heard from him in almost a year. His apartment was empty. His phone was disconnected. He has never been found. And investigators have never determined whether his name was scratched into that basement wall before he disappeared.